One of the most common talks about today, one of the main words that's being thrown around like never before. I'll I'll give you two of them, but one of them is about the video today because, you know, this is a spiritual talking topic of understanding things since the minds of many are being dumbed down today, and common sense and real knowledge and truth of good, evil, bad, and just what's right and normal is being thrown out the window. But this video is about one of those words, but there's two main words that are just being thrown around. It's just like everyone is just forgetting what the root of things are and what that really is to be identified, and we just give it a name. Especially in the Western world, everything is just coded, color coded in, the Western world. Everything is just coded and pasted over, but beneath the surface, yeah, the truth and everything that's real, in this country, of course, is just being buried. So I am going to talk about energy today. This video is about energy, and energy basically just it has many different meanings. Plus that that vibrates off that word, that signals that there's many other references that's similar to that word, like vibe and spirit. So we're gonna talk about energy today. This word that is being just so emphasized, and just this word is becoming famous like the stars. You know what I'm saying? Words are even becoming famous. And the other word that I want to mention, that was when I said there was two, but really this video is about energy, was narcissist. Now we just know that's just a person that's just a terrible person. Compulsive is one of them. A person that's really compulsive. There's many different words that can but for some reason, these two words have strong personalities because they have both. One of them just have a negative connotation, but the other one has both good and a negative connotation, and also depends on your choice. See, choices and how you use it. So in these last days, we need to pay attention, look at the signs, and watch people when they use this word. When it comes to this word, when you hear this word for yourself, you just need to have the knowledge of knowing, and you need discernment. And when people use it, you need to be aware of them when they're using the word energy and universe. And we're in these last days now. They're approaching, and these things are going to come up, and more stuff is going to be revealed. And as people are already programming themselves, people are already talking like we're literally in those times where people are going to be walking around, like the Walking Dead, with the body just with no soul in it, as if they sold it, or that a decision and choice that they made to get there, or they're just, even if they haven't, there are people walking around with scales on their eyes, and that's just lost, and they can easily be duped and deceived, and they're just doing whatever they want. So, but free will, it's your life. This video is going to be about energy, and I'm going to hit on deeper points and levels when it comes to this word energy, because of what I've been talking about in my other videos, and how already woke I'm. So I'm not talking to you as a person that's sleep. I'm woke. This is knowledge, discernment. I show no mercy. If you're watching this video and we don't have the same belief in the same God who created heaven and earth, then watch this video by all means, but I show no mercy. And when the truth comes out, it does. And I'm not here to be liked. Just let you know. I don't even think that's why I was put here. In these last days, we need to be careful. Not even just, I don't even think careful is the word. A person who has a change of mind, can, a person who is out of shape and really big, and that has a lot of pounds on them, when they lose the weight, or when they get the weight off of them naturally, or even on the table, just getting it off, that person, that person has who they used to be, that spirit, that gluttony, that depressing, that using that to cope with the mind. Okay, so when a person is healthy mentally, spiritually, and body wise, right? If they're taking supplements every day to enhance that, to fight off. This is why people who are really healthy just do not get sick. They're not really immune to catching anything easily from people or getting sick or anything, right? They will be people who are healthy and that are just healthy and like that are spiritually like guarded and protected and shielded and that stay maintained in that every once in a while, daily, every once in a while as a routine. They will have a more they will have a more chance of surviving from sickness or any spiritual attacks more than a person who does not do that. Okay, so a person who is unhealthy, doesn't take vitamins, doesn't eat right, does not pray, does not shield themselves with the protection of the light. They go out and they eat this disgusting food with God knows what is in these foods. They keep up with that. So what they're doing is it'll be easier to cause them to get sick, or if they were to be injected with something, it would just sedate them and make them more sicker until it hurts them because they haven't been keeping up with themselves anyway, spiritually, naturally, whether they're big or not. You don't have to just be big. I'm not discriminating against people who are plus size or anything, or thick, the thighs or any of that. Um, but I'm breaking it down when it comes to the energy part, and just get where I'm going with this, right? Listen to the knowledge. So a person who is prepared and that will stand and have a possible chance of living, not saying nothing can't happen to them. When it comes to the energy part, right? In these last days, we need to understand that the spirit that is going to go around, what these people are doing, what is being revealed, and these people who are revealing themselves, that's coming out and telling you in these cults, in these religions, what they're doing and what governments are doing to people. If you're a part of the wave of the future, if you're already a part of the beast system, you're living on Earth, but you don't live on the same dimension as humans are. You live where humans live in neighborhoods. You can walk next to them, but you can't connect to God, and it's like you've been I feel like it's like you've been reprogrammed or something. I'll just use it in that sense, right? In these last days, you do not want to be a person that does not have any type. You just don't want to be a person that just don't have the seal of God on you. Period. Because the type of dangerous stuff and this is going to take it to a whole nother notch of level when it comes to these rituals. Witches are going to this type of stuff that's coming is literally going to put witch rats, people who practice sorcery and all that stuff, out of business. Why even in the Bible it says how even the sorcerers didn't even repent when it was going on, when it was talking about what will be happening in the last days, talking about those sorcerers, those people who practice divination. It's the same thing, just a different name. Witches, witchcraft, sorcerers, soothsayers, they do the same thing. It's energy stuff. It's bad. And they think it makes their dreams come true, and really it's a curse in disguise of a blessing. That's what it is. That's what happens when people join the dark side. So touch forbidden stuff and get tainted with that stuff to where there's no point of return, almost impossible for you to get out. You can't even get out of most cults or most stuff like that. You die. And it's serious. It's serious. So in these last days, and this is why in my other videos I explain why that is on a higher level of being talked about when it comes to this, gang stalking stuff and all this. I told you there's similarities when it comes to that's spiritual and natural. In these last days, the things that are going to be unleashed, you will be hit by it. A lot of people, unfortunately, will die. It talks about how a third of man on this earth will be destroyed. Innocent people are going to be hit. Just humans, mankind, period. Hold on. The wicked will too. They also going to get dragged down with people as well. It's just going to be utter, complete chaos. What these people are doing to enhance the time, to speed up the time, because there's no time in the spiritual realm. What they're doing to really enhance that time, this is what they've tested this among people. They've tried to cause chaos. They've done the racism thing. That doesn't seem to do it. We do that every once in the blue moon, red moon, every once in a year through politics and other things we try to do. We've experimented all types of ways on people, just seem to not be working. What is the glue that's keeping this fully from happening? Just like that gall that's fixed between this world and hell, just like the glue that's keeping everything peaceful, but there's still bad in the world. right? Because everything is good comes from God. Well, that is what God is. That is the reason why birds still go out and chirp. That's the reason why you see the sun. That is the reason why life exists. Because when it don't, that's when everything's gonna go dark. That's when the moon's gonna turn to blood. That's when all the plagues of Egypt just gonna hit global. So that's what these people are doing. They're playing with dangerous stuff on a bigger scale. This stuff is gigantic and thousands of miles and huge that they've created with the minions of whoever, whatever type of minions they've created these evil things with that they're doing in secret and in the government, in labs, in CERN. And yes, this energy does affect continents. These spirits that they're using, these principalities do affect neighborhoods and continents. This is why it's important. And people are talking about, oh, energy being siphoned. Well, listen, in these last days, if you don't have Christ on you, if you don't have the seal of God on you, yes, you will be sucked dry. You listen. And for people out there who think those crystals and all that stuff that they have in those houses are going to bring them good luck, charms, and protection from angels, not this, not the angels. Listen, whatever you think you're working with, I just want you to know the creator, that is the Lord, that is God, that is of heaven and earth. Every knee is going to bow, and the good angels that have stayed faithful to God, that protect me and people who are on God's side and in the light, right? Don't dare listen. It's gonna be something like off the movie Lord of the Rings. They gonna cast them into the fire. Death will flee from man. There's gonna be days where people are gonna want to die, and death will flee from them because they've woken up and realized the curse that they took on. They've been deceived and they can't reach God. They can't hear him, they can't detect him, and there's going to be a constant torture and reminder of humans that they're around, but they're not even human themselves. And people have many names for them too. Oh, I didn't see a human today. This guy's eyes turned black. They're walking amongst us. They're acting like NPCs. That's them. It's them. It's them. It's the ones that have been tainted with darkness. They've been deployed. The agents of darkness. Yes, this is real. This is real. And you can feel their energy, or sometimes you may not. But if you don't have the fire, if you don't have the seal on you, yes, somebody can spread that virus to you. You are very penetratable. Your crystals is not going to help. And look, evil people who work in the kingdom of darkness have tried every the only people they know that they can't attack like this. It has nothing to do with going to a church building, a Catholic building, doing these things out for people to see you. You do this in secret. You have a real relationship with the Most High. The only power that the people, these agents, the kingdom of darkness, you can literally live in the worst place. You can literally live amongst them. They cannot mess with you. Is the Christian God? Is Jesus Christ? Is that light? Is that type of power? Anybody else I've known with any other type of spirit, I'm gonna be honest. They've been attacked. They've gone crazy. They've been off. They've been made to look dumb by these people who are agents of darkness, who are connected and work throughout the world with each other. Literally, this energy that they work with is on a higher level. And these people, oh my goodness, these people live in. They have so many worlds that they live in, naturally, spiritually. You would think people who are in society that look low, that we see walking around every day, don't travel and go to places that really no one really has access to unless you're a part of them, who just look regular, dusty, and just trying to, like, these people are actors. And these people, they leave and they go and do what they, like these agents, they really do. They go back and they have to check in. People who are part of cults really do have to check in. That's a fake name they got. That's not real. It's not real. They're on a mission. They're looking, they're watching, they're lurking, and they prey on the pure. They prey on the ignorant, and they prey on the ones that's dangerous, like me. They do. They do. One thing you do want to do when you have this light and this power is that you want to be dangerous. You don't want to be ignorant. You don't want to be blind. You want to be all-knowing, and you want to be watchful and keep your eyes peeled. Always. Don't be their friend. Don't smile with them. Don't hang with them. Don't flirt with the enemy. He don't like you. You just got to understand that. Don't be charmed. Don't fall under a spell. You won't, as a matter of fact, because the cure, the real cure to darkness is this light that's walking on people. Our mind is conformed. We literally have the Spirit of the Lord in us. Just like on that movie X-Men and all them freaks. I don't know if y'all familiar with that movie, but the cure, there was a cure for people with freak powers. These people in high places in Monarch are working with this type of energy. That's a big key point in these last days when it comes to your energy, because the things that they're going to be doing with people's energy, people really, like, they got it figured out. We thinking like, oh yeah, we just gonna run, we gonna hide, we gonna do all of this, and y'all just don't understand how advanced this stuff is and the supernatural abilities that these people have to use on people to drain them of their energy and have them fall on the ground and literally not run at all, attack their house, use spiritual things, use things from whatever the source of it, where it's coming from, to attack you. And if you don't have the light on you, you can be affected by this, because this is a spiritual warfare, and whatever that's happening to you spiritually can have a natural outcome to where you might need to go to the hospital. You might need that's how terrible it's going to be. This is what's going on in the last days. That's why people being watched and scoped like never before. That's why churches, that's why the light seems like it's going down, but some people still got it. Why? Because only a few are going to make it in. Scarcely. Meaning barely. Like there's a crack in the door, he squeezed, he got through there before it slammed shut. Scarcely. That's why the church is being attacked. That's why everyone is crucifying them. That's why, because the enemy he going in there. He's a crackhead. All it takes is a crack. Oh, what? The pastor slept with someone, cheated on his wife? You giving a footstep for the enemy to come in. When the Israelites kept disobeying God, look what happened. The judgment. We make our enemy strong when we don't listen and take heed. Do what we need to do. That's why the churches are being attacked. Not all churches is bad. It's rarely some. I'm telling you. I've been to one of the ones that's filled with power, and everybody gonna start manifesting. Ain't no such thing as somebody coming up in there hiding what they do at home with crystals and coming there dressed like Sally Mae with a long skirt. No. If something in you is gonna come out, and welcome to the sanctuary with the agents of light. Feel me? Okay. Now you got to go to the altar and be honest with God. You ain't come here to see us. We just, we just the soldiers. We stand with that's our God. That's our Father. You got to go talk to him. But you're not gonna come up in here and cause chaos and discord. Because there's order. There's no chaos. Not in the presence of the Lord, not in his kingdom, not amongst his people. There's no such thing as chaos. Everything is out in the open. Everything is truth, everything. Fire and light. You're gonna hate it. Demons run. Roaches, I'm sorry. Nah, they're allergic. That's why hell is literally where they belong and where they're going, and anyone who joins them or is affected or have not chosen or don't understand when it comes to how the real safety shield that you need to have in these last days when it comes to energy, that's the way. It's not going to be sage. I'm sorry. It's not going to be these wicked root workers and high priests and these people who are part of these cults that y'all look up to as a great mentor, teacher, father figure, mother goddess, these different deities and people who represent these evil spirits and that are over these cults. No, that's not going to save you. That's not going to save you. It's just not. So this is the reason why this vampire stuff is being talked about. People who have demonic energy that literally have demons in them, that walk around like normal people, their eyes do turn black. Negative energy does follow them. When they walk to a room, things do go wrong. Chaos do break out. Fights in bars, people just, negativity just follows them. It's inside of them. You don't want that. But it doesn't affect the one that's sitting in the room that has the Lord on him, and that they're not affected by that energy. They see it, but it don't hurt. It don't affect them. It don't affect their spirit. Oh, we don't claim. Agents of Light don't claim that introvert stuff. I'm sensitive to, I'm an invert, or anxiety. Yeah, we get nervous sometimes. That's normal. We get scared. That's a normal feeling, emotion of a human being. Yes, that God created. It's okay, but for that to be over exaggerated to anxiety, to anxiousness, to fear, to being worried, that's a spirit. And fear doesn't come from the Lord. It comes from the enemy. It comes from the snake. That's what he does to his minions and his puppets when they don't do right by him, when they prostitute for him and they work for him, and those agents of darkness, they put fear. He does that to his minions. Put fear in them, and if you don't do this, you will die. You just gonna come to hell faster with me. That's how he think. That's just the snake. That's just him. Because you have a job to do. And so does agents of light have jobs to do. But do we work by is it the opposite of that? Absolutely. We fear him only. And what we do is not out of fear. It's by choice. In great peace that we do it in. With the light. This is why when you come into the Lord, you can't be like the world. And that's why that's why the great falling away is going to happen, because everybody can be their own God, do whatever they want to do, which they won't, which they can't, is impossible. I think they forgot, or they don't even know that the earth is God's footstool. But anyway, this is why a great falling away is going to happen. And it's happening now. Young people, old people, mid-aged people, they feel like this is where I belong. They just been deceived already. I knew why 55 years I've been saved and I wasn't happy in this church for all this time. This is where I belong, in this cult right here. With this new age teaching, this ancient teaching. That's me. That's my people. They look like me. That's where I belong. I resonate with this. This is familiar with my spirit. Yes, everyone that's here today was back in ancient times. We get it. But that's not the path you should be going. That was the point of the gospel. Widespread throughout Gentiles, throughout everybody throughout the world, every tribe of people, to get for God to get to them, so he wants those souls too. That was the point of the gospel. That was the reason for it. If you want to stay arguing and debate on translation, because every man that God created, there's a different tongue and language, and so that they can understand it, and then they'll connect with the Father themselves. But that's what the enemy does. He likes to lie and debate and confuse. But this is what's happening, and the ones who are sedated and that are asleep, especially the young generations, because if you are chosen by God, you know what I'm saying? Like the young people we see out there just acting crazy, and they don't even have to be young. The falling away of the older generation people a lot of them have already left the church. They keep it on the status of black women in an article that have left the church. Listen, and everybody's new church now is those rituals that go on at those concerts that's sucking their energy and putting them under a spell. And when they go back home, they're sad and they don't know why everything is going wrong in their life. They don't know why. Some places you go into and you come out, you left with something. There's some place in this world that if you go there, you're gonna leave with something. That's why when you get back home, you just trying to figure out, wonder why. Like, why is everything just going bad for me? Like, why it's like it's weird. Like, does someone do something to me? Does someone put something on me? There's some places in the world that's like that. And you want to go to a concert by the enemy's puppets, by his prostitutes that do that stuff behind closed doors? That's just business. They're just doing business. But when they go home, they live in a complete different world. Y'all go there. But it's okay because they cover it up with cowboy thing and, and the symbols and the signs are right in front of y'all's faces and y'all don't see it. Some of them that get on that stage, some of the puppets that they switch out and they take off that dummy doll and put on another dummy doll. Yeah, it's in front of y'all face. And y'all go there and, honestly, to be honest, some people that's in those crowds, they actually do love the dark side. They're into that stuff. They're into that stuff. They're into that. They're into Satanism. They wear those pentagrams on their shirt. But for black people to not know this, and it's covered up with Cowboy Carter or a girlfriend, boyfriend, love song, or all those artists. That's why you're starting to notice. You're starting to see that. It's like every new person that's starting, and that's the cover up. They blame it on Ozempic, and you notice these young people, because they're young, fresh, new. I was you wasn't. I don't know if we were seeing this back in the day, but the young ones, the new ones that come up in the industry, they look. It's like, oh, you think, oh, they look skinny because they losing weight. Oh no, it's like something's being sucked from them. Like it almost looks like malnourishing in a sense, and then their eyes just look void, and it's like, dang, you. Like it's not even like just a skinny thing. It's like they just look lifeless. Like, oh, and then the Ozempic thing. That was around the same time, not around the same time, but I just remember around the same time Ozempic was kind of starting to come out. That's why they did it, is because there's people who can really siphon your energy and make you feel weak, like you haven't been eating, losing weight. Like this is what's going on, y'all. And let me tell y'all something. It's not just happening in the industry. This is happening to people in their neighborhoods. This is what people go through when they say they be getting gang stalked by the government, by people, and when these people be getting hit, it's bigger. Like it's spiritual stuff, it's their finances, it's to literally to hurt them to where they're out living on the streets and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to fight it, and it's like they're losing their minds. But if you have Jesus, if you have the Lord, if you trust in the Lord, I'm so serious. If you don't want to hear that, please click off. But keep listening. That is the only way. You will stay sane, safe. It's not going to take all your problems away. It's not. I think when people come to the Lord, they get in front of the congregation, they tell their testimonies, where they came from, what they went through, they expose the kingdom of darkness. They do this. When they get saved, and they get touched by the light and the hand of God, there's a fire. They are excited. They feel new in God, brand new creature. Their skin looks so clear that you can just see it. It's spiritual. But you have to maintain that. You might not feel like that tomorrow. Some days you're going to wake up feeling normal. It might be like that every once in a while, like normal. Some days you're going to wake up with a spirit out of nowhere to just fight. And I'm not talking about violent, like angry, like punching. I'm talking about it's spiritual. You're going to wake up sometimes feeling like you need to fight. Like maybe that's the Lord telling you need to prepare for something. You might wake up, you're going to wake up feeling all types of ways. But that is, and then you're going to have people that's going to tell you, look, when these things happen, you know where to go. Don't walk inside no sidekick shop, read the Bible, pray, hang on in there, put on some gospel. You got to go through some things. You just got to. You can't give up. That you're going to be tried. You're going to be tried. You can't go back and hang around them old people again that thought, man, something wrong with you, something going on, and you was telling them about Jesus. Now you back in the club, oh my goodness. And the world just loved, that's tea for them. That's like tea talk. Hey, it's time to talk hot tea spice today. I used to know him, and he was in the club with my friend, and he had a wife, and I didn't know he went that way. And we grew up with it. Come on. A lot of people have made church and this amazing experience out of a joke. You're not supposed to go back into the world. It's like a dog going back to his vomit. That's what the Bible said. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here. But in these last days, because it's coming, we need to get right. If you are struggling, because you will struggle with things in your flesh. This flesh, if anything, your flesh going to war with you more than the person that's next to you that you can't trust, that you feel like the enemy could use. Your flesh is going to war against you in your mind more than anything. I promise you. And you're going to have to know how to be strong and fight. And it's through the word, and it's through, listen, be strong. Only the strong will survive. Yeah. But I would just say, if you're struggling with sin, we all sin. We just pray, just be honest. You can be honest with the Lord, like, yeah, I'm struggling with sin. Help me sin less today. At least start off with that, like, help me sin less today, because, people love to do their little things, even if, they see like this ain't bad, just Lord, help me sin less today. Just simple. Start off simple. But you need to stay claiming Jesus. Just keep Jesus on you. Just don't go to anything else, no other source. Just stick with that. Even if you do what you do, just stay and stick with that. A lot of people do. You know what doesn't mean you need to go and be interested. And you can be interested wherever you want, but that doesn't mean that should drive you so far to just, be interested in intrigued by darkness and what other people are doing. And that's the spirit that's literally going around this world today, and it's trying to grab and suck and recruit others. through so many ways. There's so many different doorways to be lost and damned and deceived and duped, and it could be by a group of people and they left you and you wonder, how the heck did I get here? Well, you got in too far. You kept going and you didn't see the signs and you wasn't listening. You was in the crowd and they was just bumping you. You was going along with them and you just, I don't know. Like, y'all stay discerned, prayed up. In Jesus' name, stay blessed and discerned.